Whew. Um. So this fucking sucks. Oh, I gotta sign in. Sign into chat. Come on. Uh, trying to promote this. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. The Bulls just traded Zach Lavine to the Kings for Kevin Herter for. Is this live? Am I live? I'm live. Okay. I um I don't know, man. I just I don't fucking know what to say. Um I I wish I had some kind of silver lining. Um let's cry together. Okay, just tweeting this out real quick. Hey vey. Um let's break this down. So Lavine is gonna go to the Kings, gonna reunite with DeMar DeRozan. The Bulls are able to shed some salary to get out of Zach Lavine's contract, which is whatever. It's part of it. You're bringing in three players. You're bringing in three players who are not starters this season, who are not playing heavy minutes this season, who are not scoring in double digits this season. None of the three players the Bulls got back are scoring in double digits this season. Some of the Trey Jones and Kevin Herter have barely. Or yeah, let's pull up B-ball reference. Hang on. So Kevin Herter is not playing much this season. In the last 5 games, he's been playing like 10 to 8 minutes. Zach Collins, 5 to 8 minutes. So it looks like Trey Jones is the only one who's had any kind of like actual rotational run in the last few weeks. He had a game score a plus minus of -30 2 games ago, which is wonderful. 2 for 6 from the field. The Bulls are gonna keep. They're gonna keep their first round pick this year, so that's a win. That's a plus. But we're also sending a second round pick to the Kings. Which, how did the Kings end up with the most picks out of any of the teams in this trade? I don't understand that. Like, they just got all-star guard Zach Lavine, who's having his best season yet in the NBA, and we're sending them a pick. So, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I don't have an answer. I don't know why this happened. I don't know. Yesterday we saw the Mavs make the worst trade in NBA history, and the Bulls saw that, and they're like, hold my beer. Hang on. I got an idea. I'm so disappointed. We've been talking about trading Zach for years now. If you had done it like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, you probably would have gotten way more than what you got now. And the Bulls have more moves to make because they're bringing in 3 players, only shedding 1 player. So they're going to have to change something on the roster. They're going to have to cut someone or trade someone else. Vucevic is still in trade talks. There's still a chance that Vooch gets moved. There's still a chance that Lonzo Ball gets moved. But how do we trust? How do we trust this front office? How do we trust Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley as the GM and the vice president of operations to go out there and make a good trade for Vucevic or make a good trade with Lonzo if this is the kind of trades they're making? What the fuck are we doing? What happened to 2021? What happened when we were getting stuff back? You got 3 rotational players who are barely part of a rotation? I know Trey Jones he's had some flashes in his career, but Collins is a known commodity. Herter is kind of a known commodity. I mean, again, rotational players who can be depth pieces. And of course, they had to match the salary to shed Zach LaVine's contract. It's the picks. You didn't get any picks for Alex Caruso. And technically, you didn't get any picks for Zach LaVine. You just kept your own pick. It was top 10 protected to the Spurs. They took the protections off. So the Bulls have their first round pick this year. Great. We are tanking. That's apparent to everyone. I guess that's the silver lining, is that Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley have finally admitted that this team is tanking. But there's so much more. There's so much more that could have been done. And, I'm happy for Zach. He gets to reunite with DeMar DeRozan. He's going to the Western Conference. It's going to be a lot harder to make a playoff run there. And we saw how DeRozan and Zach worked out in Chicago. I hope it works out for them there. I love those guys. It's really sad to see Zach leave Chicago. After all these years, he's worked so hard. He's tried so hard to combat all of the trade rumors and, all of the shitty things that reporters say and like the media puts out there. Like, he was able to keep a level head and stay calm. And this is the thanks we get. I am just at a loss for words. We're going to have to see what else happens. We're going to see what happens with with Vooch, with Lonzo. Maybe they might trade Kobe White or Ayo Dosunmu. I don't know. I wish they would trade Josh Giddey. I wish they would trade Patrick Williams, but who wants them? Who wants those guys? We would have to send a pick back to get rid of Patrick Williams. We'd have to send a pick back to get rid of Josh Giddey. If we're sending a pick back to get rid of Zach LaVine, we're going to have to send a couple picks back to get rid of Josh Giddey or Patrick Williams. So I don't have a ton of faith that this is headed in a good direction. Terry 2K. Yeah, I stopped being the AK fan club like a while ago, and thank God I hopped off of that horse. I was convinced that because they were so aggressive in 2021, that they would continue to be aggressive in the future if things didn't work out. And things didn't work out with that team. So my impression was, okay, they're willing to make aggressive trades. They're willing to go out on a limb and do something different. And then they just didn't. And I was wrong about all of that. And if this is the aggression, if this is being aggressive, stop it. Don't be aggressive anymore. Stop, please. You should have just fucking kept Zach at that point and tried to trade him in the offseason. I don't get it. I mean, they want to keep their pick. They want to tank for Cooper Flagg. If we get Cooper Flagg, all of this doesn't matter, right? If we end up with Cooper Flagg, who gives a shit about any of this? But for now, the Bulls have to lose a lot more games to get to that point. And the roster just got significantly worse for the future. Because, again, you didn't get future first-round picks. So if this year's pick turns out to be number 7, like it always is, you kind of fucked up. You kind of fucked up. There's really only 2 players between Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper that I would be like, okay, that trade was worth it. And there's more players in this draft class that might end up being stars. Who knows? But just right now, looking at the trade, it just happened. We're still processing it. It feels like bullshit. It feels like a really bad trade. And I'm really disappointed that they waited so long to pull the trigger on this, and this is what you get. Same thing with Alex Caruso, is that they waited so long to finally make that trade, and they weren't even able to get a pick for Caruso. They weren't even able to get a new pick for Lavine. I don't know what the priority here is. What's the rebuilding strategy? Trade everyone away and hope that things just kind of work out? I don't fucking get it. How you guys feeling out there? I know this sucks. It's time to storm the Advocate Center. We're going to make January 6th look like a birthday party. We're storming the Advocate Center. I'm just kidding. We're not actually doing that. I don't know, man. I'm so annoyed right now. All right, well let's dive deep. Let's take a look at the contracts that we're getting back. I want to learn more a little bit about how much money these guys are making. So Trey Jones, let's look at his contract. Wonder if I can share my screen here. Let's see. Sources, window capture, add source, Chrome. Where's Chrome? Okay. We got Spotrac pulled up. Okay. So, Trey Jones, he is a UFA after this year. Okay? So, Trey Jones, unrestricted free agent after this season. Not bad. Let's go to Zach Collins' contract. Let's see what we got here. Come on. Okay, Zach Collins is a UFA after next season. He's going to make $18 million next season. Okay. Kevin Huerter contracts. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. Huerter is same kind of deal. Free agent after next season. Is making about $18 million next season. So, you just brought in a guy. Let's look at Kevin Huerter's stats this season. Let's just take a quick little peek. Let's see, just minutes played. So the most he's played was in November, and in that game, he was a negative 15 on the plus minus. He had 9 points. What's his best scoring game of the season? 26 points, plus 35 on December 8th. 22 minutes. Okay, but if you look at his average for this season, where is that? Per game. Yeah, he's only averaging 20 minutes per game and 8 points per game. So, like, Kevin Huerter, in my opinion, is the best player we got back in this trade, and he's kind of mid. Let's look at Zach Collins. Let's look at his per game stats. 11, almost 12 minutes per game. 4.6 points per game. Not many rebounds. Not many assists. Not really doing anything. Trey Jones. Trey Jones, as we learned earlier, is perhaps the player who's played the most out of these guys. So 16 minutes per season, or per game this season. 4.4 points per game. 3.7 assists. How many guards do we need? Elias Schuster, great Twitter follow. Go follow him. Elias Schuster tweeted, the Bulls have traded DeMar DeRozan, Zach Lavine, and Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, Kevin Huerter, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Chris Duarte, 2 second-round picks, and rights to our own first-round pick this year. Not a single additional first-round pick. Thanks, Elias, for tweeting that. Thanks for pointing it out, but it hurts. You know, you know, let's see. I'm going to catch up on the chat. My bad, guys. How am I feeling about the trade? I think you guys can read how I'm feeling about the trade. I don't like this right now, right? Because things change, right? Things can change in the future. We've seen trades age well, age poorly after initial reactions. Right now, it feels really bad. Right now, this doesn't feel good. It feels like we're headed towards poverty with no light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, we've been in poverty, but we're into the depths of the basement of the NBA. Interesting how the Kings got Lavine back and 6 picks for a 27-year-old Fox. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is like, in terms of value, I would have thought that Fox and Lavine would have been like on similar playing field. How the fuck did the Kings end up with so many picks? The Kings traded away De'Aaron Fox, and they got the picks back? I don't fucking get it. I'm sorry, they got Zach Lavine, and they got the picks back. The Bulls are unbelievable. These guys are making this much money. Yeah. Zach Collins. Kevin Huerter. Brady, I'm fine with it. Obviously, his value was nowhere near what we thought despite his play. You know, I guess that's an interesting point. But, like, again, you look at the other trades that have happened in the NBA in the last year or so. Like, it's not a bunch of all-NBA, top all-star players. I mean, Luka aside, right? But, like, the Bulls could have gotten something. Yes, I agree, Sammy. An MPJ deal would have been better. But the Bulls apparently didn't want to take on additional players from the Nuggets. I would have been happy with Michael Porter Jr. as a trade, and I feel like in that trade, you know, you at least are building something towards the future. I just wish at least like 1 or 2 additional picks could have come back to Chicago. I could have swallowed this. Don't capture that. Don't clip that. I could have taken this. I could have accepted this trade if the Bulls got additional picks back. They didn't. So it's hard for me to get excited. Like, I know some people are doing the silver linings thing, and that's totally fine. I understand it. I'm personally not there yet. It might take me some time. Maybe I will get there. Currently, I am feeling all kinds of emotions. Let's head back over to Twitter. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah. Let's see what else people are talking about. Okay. Yeah, I mean, people are drinking. I understand it. Just be responsible. Lonzo needs to be traded. I agree. Picks would have been better. I agree. It could always be worse. May I introduce you to the Pistons' return for Andre Drummond? Because of Drummond's contract status, the Pistons didn't get a huge return. You got John Henson, Brandon Knight, and a second-round pick. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's been other bad trades. Like, I get it. That doesn't make this one better. Mauricio, we should have traded Zach last summer, and maybe we would have gotten something other than our own pick. I agree. Actually, not last summer, but the summer prior to that one. Bulls and Sox are unwatchable. You have to watch this team like an episode of Malcolm in the Middle, not Breaking Bad. That's funny. I don't want to make that joke on stream. I'm going to puke. This was a brilliant trade. All right, this is a take. Let's hear this guy out. Let's hear how Bourbon Hog 69. Let's hear how Bourbon Hog 69. This was a brilliant trade. They got off of Levine's contract, guaranteed to keep the top 10 pick. I mean, yeah, they could have tanked and kept the top 10 pick either way. We're able to use Fox contract to offset Lavine contract in a three-way deal. AK took Bird in hand. You want assets worth a damn, package a second with Terry and Vooch, trade Kobe, White, and Io. I mean, yeah, I think they should still do that. Maybe not Kobe, but yeah, like you still have trade assets on the Bulls. You've still got Lonzo Ball, who in my opinion is the most valuable trade asset to a contending team. That doesn't make it any different that they could have gotten more for Zach. I mean, I understand that Zach's value dropped, but he is having literally his best season yet as a pro. And this is all you get. So here's just kind of a snapshot of how these players are performing this season. None of them are shooting over 30%. None of them are, over 30 point whatever. None of them are shooting or scoring over 8 points per game. For an all-star. For an all-star player having his best season. Sorry, my hair is all messed up. Bro, I wasn't expecting this to happen. I was just enjoying my Sunday evening. I was about to post a different video. I have a completely unrelated Bulls video I was just about to post. Like, I was about to click the post button. Like, it's literally, like, loaded up in my buffer account. Like, I was about to... Oh, unless it... Maybe it deleted it. Yeah, I guess it deleted it. Damn it. I'm going to have to start that again. But yeah, I was about to post on all of my accounts. Fuck. Okay. Again, like, it could age better than our initial reaction. It could age better than it could age better. I just don't... I'm not feeling good about it right now. Well, I guess that's all I really have to say. Initial reaction, initial vibes. The parting thought I'll leave you guys with is we are officially tanking. It's happening. The tank is on, for sure, for sure. For better or worse. And I expect more moves to come. I absolutely expect more moves to come. Vucevic has to get moved. You can't trade Zach Lavine for this package especially and then not move Vucevic. You've got to move Vooch. Vooch, again, contending teams. You think about Lonzo Ball, you think about Vucevic. Contending teams could use those players. The Warriors could use Vooch. There are any number of teams that would love to have the depth of Lonzo Ball coming off the bench as, one of the top defensive point guards in the NBA. So I don't think that they're done. This can't be it, in my opinion. But for anyone who's thinking about like trading Patrick Williams or trading Josh Giddey, that's not going to happen unless the Bulls send out more picks. So the way I look at this, if the Bulls want to trade Patrick Williams and Josh Giddey, they're going to have to send more picks than what they traded away in the Zach Lavine deal. Because if you're giving away a second round to take away or to